everyone, and welcome. We are going to see about doing a, I guess you could call it a computer unboxing. Not exactly sure how to go about doing these. I have never done one before, but anyway, I'm recording this on my cell phone. Hopefully I don't sound completely like an idiot, but anyway, what I got, it just came in today, is a tower, my computer tower. It is a Corsair computer tower, and it's a graphite series. It is a 760T full tower for a PC. So I'm pretty excited. I couldn't wait for this to come in. I got this from Amazon, and I will link all of the parts that I had purchased for my computer in the description below. Alright, so here is the actual tower. It is taken out of the box. I apologize if the lighting is completely horrible. It does have two fans. They're LED fans here at the bottom to help keep the computer cool. Up here is going to be the USB ports, and looks like headphone jack and the microphone jack is there as well. Like I've told you before, there's a very good possibility I'll forget what some of this stuff is. Of course, there's the CD drives. I do plan on getting a DVD burner, at least one. I don't usually pop those out unless I'm going to use them, because I find it's kind of ugly when there's a gaping hole. Here, of course, as a side, it is white, but let's see if I can turn this a little bit. I haven't taken the plastic or anything off yet, so, but mostly because I'm not going to do any of that until I finally, oh my goodness, if I can get it to turn. Here is the back of the computer. I apologize for my tight spaces here. My house really isn't that big, but there's another fan in the back here. So this comes with 3 fans on its own. So hopefully maybe I'll get lucky and I won't have to add too many more. Down here, I'm not exactly sure what some of these are. Like I said, I'm no expert, so, but of course most of these holes and everything, like right here, would get popped out for other drives, like your, if you have an aftermarket graphics card, which I will have. And that's a little bit of the interior of it. It is white, so a little bit different than what I'm used to. So I'm not exactly sure what this up here is. It looks like it comes off, so I'm not sure. Without, I guess I could probably go ahead and untape it. Oh, okay. Looks like all it is, I guess, is a vent. Okay. I had no idea what that was, so go ahead and put that back on. So, okay, there we go. Go ahead and just tape that back down for now. But that is the tower. Most towers, as far as I know, pretty much every tower will open up on the sides for you to get into it. So, and then this one, of course, is no different. It does open on both sides, and I don't know. I think it's so pretty. It's huge well, it's supposed to be a full tower, which I was pretty sure is what I have already in my other computer, but I don't know. Maybe it's its feet. It makes it look taller than the one I have. I don't know. It looks really big, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the same size as the one I already have. Okay, the next piece I'm going to talk about is going to be the motherboard. Sorry about the dust. It's pretty dusty. This is the first piece of the computer that I had actually bought. So it's been sitting for a little bit and has a little bit of dust. But anyway, this is going to be a saber-tooth motherboard. It is a Z170 Mark I. I really don't know a whole lot about this stuff. Motherboards is probably the least thing that I actually know about. But this is what the box looks like. And then here is the inside. It's kind of hard to see. The way this motherboard actually is let's see if I can even pull it out with one hand. I don't know if I can. It actually has a, like some kind of frame, not frame, but like, I don't know, I'm trying to think what it's called. It's like a shell. Like it helps keep it, I don't know, protected, I think. I don't really know. I'm trying to get it out, but with one hand I may not be able to. Okay, there we go. Gotta be real careful with it. So this is what it is. I'm not going to take it out because of static electricity. You don't want any of that to get into any, a lot of these computer parts, you don't want any kind of electricity from electric shock or anything to get into them. There's the back of it. I know you can't really see it because of, you know, of the plastic, but like I said, I really don't want to take it out. So this is definitely was not, I mean, it wasn't too bad on cost, but it's not the cheapest. So again, I don't really know anything about them other than that. Of course, here's all the, comes with stickers, I guess, if you want to put them on the side of your tower. I probably won't. There's the installation disc. It comes obviously with manual, which I will definitely need because installing stuff into a computer is not something I have memorized. So some of the little stuff that I need to put in will have to be, I'll have to look at. And I'm not familiar with some of this stuff. A lot of this is extra parts. Like, I think what this little guy does, let me look at it here, is different pins to hook up different stuff. I don't know. This is the back of it. This is what you'll put in the back of your tower to tell you what everything is. So if you're familiar with towers or computers, you pretty much know what this is. Each motherboard comes with their own unique piece. And then extra cables for like hooking up your CD drive and other miscellaneous stuff, I think. So, like I said, I'm no expert. Here's another one. So, now if you were to buy your own motherboard, do research on it if you don't know what you're doing. I had to do a lot of research. In fact, I didn't do a lot of research on this one because I actually contacted another computer person, and he suggested that I buy this one because I had asked him what would be a good motherboard because I had already had bad experience with the motherboard prior, which I have told in my 100 baby challenge that it will be appearing next week. But it didn't want to work, so I guess I probably missed the part putting stuff back in. Okay, so anyway, he suggested this motherboard. He said this one was a good one and that I would be happy with it and to go with this one. So that's kind of why I did. I really don't know a lot about it. I just went with his suggestion and I guess you could say hope for the best. So let's go ahead and just kind of set that in there for now and get it put away. But again, it's the Sabertooth motherboard, the Z170 Mark 1. And again, I'll link this in the description below on where I got it. Now, another thing that I had got, of course, we need to have, oh my goodness, if I can get a hold of it, it's kind of heavy with one hand, is this is the power supply, oh my goodness, the power supply, again, from Corsair. Corsair is a good brand, so that's kind of why I went with a lot of them. It is the CX750 series. It's an ATX power supply, 750 watts. So hopefully this bad boy is going to work for me. You gotta have one that's plenty powerful enough to run your stuff. So there it is. There's the fan for it. It's a pretty good size. Most power supplies are. And here's all the hookups. You get a whole bunch of them. That way they can be universal depending on what motherboard you get. So that's why you have a whole bunch. You won't use all these cables. You're only going to use like probably one of them. And then you got, you know, the whole rest of the mess sitting in the back. So, but I'm not going to take that out. We're just going to go ahead and leave that in. But that is my the power supply. I think I have, there we go. And I'm not sure. These are just like little zip tie things, I guess probably to help hold your cables out of the way. But we're just going to have move that over the side. The next thing here is going to be my processor. It is the Core i7. It is in the 7th generation of Intel. These are very important that you make sure you research your motherboard. You need to know what kind of pins. There's specific processor pins in your motherboard, and you need to make sure that you get the right pins. If not, your processor is not going to fit. So with the with that motherboard, the Mark 1, the Z170 Mark 1, this is the processor that you need. Again, there's a few of them you can probably get, but you gotta make sure that it has the right pins. And again, I'm not gonna take anything out of the box just because I don't want to mess up anything before I install it. But that's the processor. They're quite small, actually, much smaller than I ever imagined they would be. Now, of course, it's not the first time I've seen a processor. I have had to put some in my other computer, but here's just kind of a close-up of it. The i7-6700 series, LGA 1151. It's the Core i7, so that is the processor that I will be using. It is not the newest. Now, when I bought this computer, this was the most recent processor. They didn't have, I think they have an i9, I think. I feel like I've heard of an i9. I'm not sure though. I don't keep up with this. Like, I don't follow computers. Once I've bought in my computer and I have it, I usually don't keep up with it. So now here, this one took me a while to get the money for. This is the video card. This is a GeForce GTX 1080 super clocked. It's an EVGA. It says it is an 8 gigabyte. It is some kind of GeForce GTX VR ready. I'm not exactly sure what that means, actually. So, it's supposed to be a gaming one. This one is the one, when I was looking up, video cards, the guy told me, you know, don't buy it yet. Wait, and they're going to be, you know, coming out with a new one. Wait on, you know, buying your video cards. I was like, okay, I'll wait until, you know, I buy one, and I will see about getting the newest one out. Neither did he bother to tell me that the newest one at the time was going to be, I think it was a Titan X or something. Yeah, I don't think so. I could not afford something that much. So this was the one I ended up going with. Graphics cards are usually, you don't normally, I don't think anyway. Like I said, I'm no expert. Here it is. It's got 2 fans on it. It's pretty big. It is huge compared to the one I have in my computer now. But the one I have in my computer now kind of sucks. I don't know what's in this. Okay, it's an 8-pin power, but I don't really know by reading that what that is. Of course, you got your installation disc. And then, of course, a manual, I guess, if you need a manual for it. Most video cards come with, like, programs and stuff, so I'm going to assume a lot of that is probably for that. But this is what it is. I think this is just gorgeous. It's, I'm sorry, but oh my gosh. Computer parts, oh my goodness. They can be sexy. They really can. So here's this one again. Like I said, I'm not going to take any of this stuff out, so... But that's what it looks like. It's pretty big. It's, you know, it's got some weight to it. It's definitely not light. It is rather heavy. So I'm excited. I can't wait for that thing. Oh my goodness. But that's one of the reasons why you need a good power supply. You need to be able to run that. And then I got some RAM chips. I got, these are DDR4. Again, another thing you need to make sure you check on your motherboard. It will tell you what size of RAM to get, and this is a DDR4. It's 2 8 gigabytes each, so a total of 16. So there's 2 of them in here, 3200 megahertz. I don't know what a lot of this stuff means. All I know is this right here. I only know the DDR4. I know what that is. I know what to look for, and I know, of course, the sizes. So there's 2 8 gig each in there. And I got 2 of those. And another thing you need to also check on your motherboard is the motherboard will also tell you how many RAM it can actually hold. You can actually put more in what the motherboard says it can hold. However, your motherboard will only read the amount that it can handle. So make sure, I mean, there's really no point of buying more than the motherboard says because it's not going to read any more than that. So there's that. Let's see here. I got this box. Oh, okay. I know what that is. Okay. The next thing I have is an SSD made by Crucial. It is a 2.5-inch SSD, and what that is a solid state drive. These are not hard drives. Hard drives have moving parts, and SSD does not. These run quiet. They don't get hot because there's no moving parts. They're less likely to break because of no moving parts. And they are much, much faster. This one, I'm trying to see if it even says a size. I believe I grabbed a 1 terabyte, but I'm trying to see if I can find where it says its size. I'm kind of surprised it's not telling me. Does it say it on there? Oh, no it doesn't. I am pretty sure I grabbed a 1 terabyte. I'm sure it tells me probably inside the box somewhere, or somewhere I am missing it. Probably tells me somewhere, I just don't know where. So, but anyway, I plan on getting a second one of these because you know what? A 1 terabyte just isn't big enough, especially when you're doing videos. But what was in this box was basically a piece that you will need if your tower doesn't have a slot specifically for an SSD. You need one of these to put your SSD in because they are much thinner than a hard drive, and in fact you can fit 2 of these little guys in one spot that a hard drive fits in. So that's all that is just to allow me to use my SSD in my tower, place to put it. And then the only last thing I have is just basically a disk. This is the Windows 10 Microsoft. So, but yeah, this is all it is. It's just Windows 10. I plan on putting Windows 10 on this new computer. And that is currently everything. So everything is right here. That's pretty much all that I have. I plan on using my DVD player that I have currently. It kind of sucks and is breaking, but I plan on using that temporarily until I can buy a new one, along with my previous mouse and keyboard. So I have not purchased those yet, but I plan on it. The keyboard I plan on getting is going to be a black keyboard. It's going to be a split keyboard because I love the split keyboards. If you're not familiar with them or never used one, they are very comfortable. They're a little bit to get used to, but they put your arms and hands in a much more comfortable position, so they're much nicer to type on. So anyway, that is going to be my unboxing series or video. I hope you enjoyed. Any comments or suggestions, go ahead and leave them below, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.